Salam alaikum to the Punchline Podcast. Before we start,
Walaikum salam.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is for Han Solo. This is for Han Solo, fresh off another wank.
Oh, you just touched my wank. You just touched it.
Right, okay.
The ectoplasm.
This is a podcast that we are doing to teach you about MMA in a really bad way because we know nothing. I've been wrong several times. Before we start, you need to hit the bell end, don't you, Farhan?
You need to hit that bell end hard.
You need to hit the bell end.
Hit it so hard it falls off.
You need to hit the bell end until you need to go to the GP.
You need to roll that bell end back.
Because the bell end hurts, right? Hit the bell end to show your support. We're going to start a Patreon very soon.
The funny thing is,
go on.
We don't have like normal bell ends.
Yeah, we got circumcised bell ends.
Yeah.
That's a good time to bring in our producer, youthful Lucas. Are you circumcised?
He's got a full bell end.
Do you have a full bell end?
Working bell end.
You have a full working. Do you hit the bell end?
Oh, natural. Hit it every time.
Hit the bell end. Make sure you hit that bell end for the podcast. We're going to start a Patreon very soon, which is going to be fantastic.
Inshallah.
We're going to put so much extra content on there. What did we agree to? So after 50 Patreons, I fight Yusuf, don't I?
Yeah.
Lucas, you were there. When do I fight you?
5 Patreons.
That was after 5 patrons, yeah.
After 5 Patreons, we fight?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great. Okay, I'm going to try and arrange something. If we get to 200 Patreons, I will arrange to spar a professional MMA fighter.
Good.
That's good.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
I'd watch that.
That would be fun. That would get people in. Watch,
yeah.
Because I would get battered beyond belief. How long do you reckon I could last against a 7-0 professional MMA fighter?
30 seconds.
30 seconds?
30 seconds, bro.
Oh. No, I reckon I can last longer. I reckon I can get...
You would last longer with your girlfriend or MMA fighter? Or probably the girlfriend, yeah.
Probably girlfriend.
That's not a good thing. She'll be offended.
She would be offended, but she's got to understand that some of these guys are very well trained and they can knock me out. But yeah,
you come as well faster.
200 Patreons, I'll fight an MMA fighter. What's your sacrifice? What would you do?
I'll eat some really spicy wings.
Oh, that's... Come on.
Yeah.
No.
I'll do it.
No.
Yeah.
Do something... Who can... All right. I've got a good one.
Okay.
Right? For 1,000 Patreons, you have to let... Do you reckon Ori would be willing to punch you in the stomach?
Okay, fine.
Okay, 1,000 Patreons, we ask Ori to punch you in the stomach.
Just give context to what Ori is.
Ori is a very strong comedian who could kill Farhan.
Yeah. Fine, 1,000.
1,000 Patreons, Ori punches one bang into the stomach.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm excited about this.
Okay.
This is good. This is good. So 200, I fight a professional MMA fighter. For 5, I fight youthful Lucas. 200
Patrons, you'll fight an MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't remember, I think the deal was 50 for Yusuf.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Yusuf up.
Yeah.
For those of you forgetting who Yusuf was, he was on a couple of episodes ago, the little Muhammad Al-Fayed looking motherfucker. I'll fuck Lucas up easily.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. You don't think so?
Don't know. Well, let's see, won't we?
Yeah. Lucas
That's
and...
fighting talk right there.
I think Lucas will...
Lucas and Yusuf, I'll take easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Same time.
I'm older than Lucas and Yusuf. I'm older than you guys.
Yeah, you got the experience, the wisdom.
Yeah, and I weigh a lot. How much do you weigh?
65.
I weigh 85.
Yeah.
And it's all in my ass.
I'm taller than you, though.
Yeah, but I'm angrier.
It's true.
Yeah. I will bite. Can we bite? All right, so what's the rules for our fight?
MMA rules, innit? But
MMA.
Not like it's too extreme.
Wait, hang on a minute. His confidence is putting me off. No, because he's been really calm about this. Have you done something? You've done karate or some shit, haven't you, little prick?
I'm not saying anything, man. We'll find out.
Anyway, let's get into the...
No, I want to investigate this for a second.
No, you'll be all right. I've never done any fighting. No, I don't think so. I've never been in a fight.
All right, so what's the rules for our fight?
What are the MMA rules?
So kicking, punching,
Okay.
elbows,
Jesus.
knees,
Okay.
grappling, which involves choking,
Yeah.
and anal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the
We won't
winner.
do knees and elbows. I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, that's too much. That's
Yeah.
too much.
Kicking, grappling. Would you rather do it in a cage or just on some mats?
The
The cage has mats.
Oh, okay. I'd say mats. Or should we do?
Would you be
Do it
willing
in the bed.
Would you be willing to come Cheshunt to do it?
Where's Cheshunt? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, National Rail, not
Yeah.
too far from Harlow and
Okay.
all those areas,
Yeah.
those ends.
Sounds
Yeah. All right, cool. Cool. You need a better fucking sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
the
come
Patreon.
up to it later, but let's talk about
Right, we need to
last
crack
weekend's
on.
fights.
Wonder Boy kicked the living shit out of Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Bro, he was throwing some mad kicks. Mad kicks.
Wonder Boy is a video game character. Like, if you gave your nephew a controller in UFC 4 and all he knew was to do the special moves, like the L1, R1X, spinning heel kick, that's Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
Like, how is he spamming that shit so fast? Like there's like no wind up. It's just like there, and then he does it again, then he does it again.
Well-
and he don't get tired. It was like for 4 rounds straight. He was just putting it on Kevin Holland, man.
He threw kicks that I don't think I've ever seen before.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, obviously, you know, he's not like in his prime, but this is like the best striking I've seen from him in a
Yeah.
long time. Obviously, like, you know, he's been a savage in the past, you know, like in his early days, his fight against Woodley as well, the first one. But this one was like the most savage Wonder Boy I've ever seen. I don't know about you.
I think he was really enjoying himself
He was enjoying himself and he's just putting it on him.
because he didn't have to worry about the takedowns because Kevin Holland made some very foolish decisions.
Yeah, Kevin
For
Holland.
God knows what reason.
Yeah.
Because he took him down and then he went, nah. It's there, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Win the fight.
And then he was desperate to get him down again later.
Yeah, when it was already too late.
Yeah.
After he's had his... I think he probably...
His arm was broken.
Has he broke his arm?
I don't know. His arm looked a bit...
It looked floppy.
It looked floppy. His hair was a mess. But his hair was a choice, though.
That's the least of his worries.
I know, but why was his hair like half up and half shaved?
That was just, that's just a poor life choice.
That was a poor life choice.
Yeah.
But Wonder Boy, man, turn back the clock. Like,
I was wrong.
You were wrong. Yeah.
So wrong. I've been wrong a lot recently.
I thought, like I said, Kevin Holland to win as well, but I knew like it wasn't going to be easy standing. Like I knew that Wonder Boy wasn't done yet standing. Like the only guys that have really beaten Wonder Boy are like world class wrestlers or grapplers.
Pettis knocked him out.
Yeah, exactly. Like a freak knockout like that, or you know, good wrestling.
Yeah.
But do you know what's interesting about Wonder Boy? I know he's like ranked number 6, but him versus Leon Edwards would be a fucking mad fight.
I think Leon would elect to wrestle though.
Do you think?
Yeah, because he can.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like standing wise, I think
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be like a striking purist dream.
Yeah, but it won't stay like that for long
Probably not.
because Leon would would make the right calls
Yeah,
and get
true.
himself in the clinch positions and then probably get a sweep and stay on top of him for most of the rounds.
Yeah, if you look at the rankings though, like if it was just purely striking, Wonder Boy matches up the best against Leon in just strike. Obviously, that's not the case because wrestling's involved. But like, I know he's ranked number 6, but I'd love to see that fight.
Do you remember a few weeks ago we went through the best people to have never won a belt?
Yeah,
Wonder
Wonder
Boy's
Boy, yeah.
up there in those conversations.
I mean, he's so close against Woodley the first time. It was a draw, but
Yeah.
you know he's very close. Second time they basically didn't fight. But yeah,
he when I first saw him in the UFC, did Matt Brown beat him?
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it was Matt Brown. Yeah,
Before Matt Brown beat him,
this is Matt Brown, and then he just won so many.
and then did he destroy Neil Magny?
So he destroyed.
Am I remembering that correctly?
He destroyed. Well, he beat Robert Whittaker a long time ago, 170.
Yeah.
But the one that like got him to the dance was when he knocked out Jake Ellenberger and Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
And then he beat Rory by decision.
Right.
And then that's what got him a title shot. Then he drew with Woodley. It was very close, you know. Woodley obviously had him in like a guillotine. And then Tyron Woodley again, but it was a decision. Then he beat Masvidal, and then, you know, he lost to Till, then got knocked out by Pettis. And then since then, like, you know, he beat Luke Neal, but then he lost to Burns. And at the moment, it's kind of like, it's just what he's doing is amazing for his age.
Yeah.
So it's like no one's really expecting him to get another title shot. But
Put
I
him
think
in fun fights.
I think the way, yeah, you could either do fun fights, but he did look good yesterday. So I wouldn't mind seeing him in another like,
Yeah, but
you know, contender fight.
I think he looked good because the person who was fighting just elected not to
I
wrestle him.
know, yeah. If we look at the rankings, if we look at the top 5, yeah, I don't see him being any of the top 5 or 6.
Go on, read them.
So Leon,
No,
Usman,
no,
Kobe,
no,
Chimaev.
no.
Muhammad, he lost. Gilbert, he lost.
Yeah.
He's doing good against Gilbert. It's just like the wrestling just got to him eventually.
Yeah, that's the thing. Put him in fun fights, man.
It's tough
In
though
different
because
weight
if you look at
divisions
the number 7 guy below him, Jeff Neal, he beat Jeff Neal.
who could he fight at middleweight if he chose to do so?
To
Wonderboy.
Wonderboy. If you're going to middleweight,
What's a fun fight for him at?
could do a Darren Till rematch. Could do Kelvin Gastelum,
That would be
Sean Strickland.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
That's not a bad shout.
Paulo Costa if he loses to Whitaker. Paulo's a bit big though.
I reckon he should just do that. Have fun fights.
Yeah.
This is the last couple of years. It's in the twilight of your career.
But the thing is, he's not a normal 39-year-old.
Yeah.
He's not a 39-year-old that's been knocked out so much. He's been knocked out like once.
Yeah.
He's been dropped, but he's only really been knocked out brutally once in the UFC. And he's not a normal 39-year-old like Cowboy getting knocked out. And I think it's because like he's in such good shape. Like, and he's had a smart career where he's not taken so much damage.
He's loaded.
Is he? Wow.
His house.
He deserves it. He's a nice dude.
His house is unbelievable. He has a very successful academy.
Oh, of course, yeah. So he deserves everything he's got, man. He's a nice dude. Yeah, I would love to see him get a title, but it might be too late. But you never know.
Wonderboy is who Sage Northcutt hoped to be.
Yeah, that's sad. Sage Northcutt. Yeah, that's a sad story.
His girlfriend's fit.
Is it?
Yeah. Sage Northcutt.
His sister's a fighter too.
Really? She good?
Yeah. I think she's doing well in one championship.
Well, at least someone in the family's doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had
potential. They shot him to the race too fast, and then he left UFC and he got knocked out by
Cosmo,
who's like a
sent him to
savage.
space.
Sent him to space to the Cosmos.
Proper sent him to space.
To the Cosmos.
He cracked his skull.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to fight after shit like that. But Wonderboy really turned back time. He proved me wrong, and I'm happy to be proved wrong because he's a great guy. Yeah. As for Kevin Holland, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you like, how do you care about moving forward? Like, why would you elect not to wrestle? What's the thought process behind that? I don't understand it.
I think he's just it's like he just wants to put on a show, and it's sad because he has the potential. He had the potential to win a couple rounds, and like, I don't think he would have won the fight even with wrestling, but he could have stolen round 2 or 3 if he wrestled early, and maybe his arm might have been better.
Yeah,
because he was just getting lit up. Like, he was literally just at one point he was just standing there eating shots, and it was just like kind of hard. Did you see Dan Magliaro waved off the fight, and then he's like, "Oh, actually, no, sorry, I didn't mean it." Like,
did he?
Yeah, like he waved off the fight because I think Wonderboy hit him, and he thought that it was a body shot.
Right.
So he waved off the fight.
Oh, the groin strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he realized it's groin strike. Then he reset the fight. I've never seen that before. I thought it was a bit weird.
I've seen referees do this motion before where they're like,
Yeah, that's Herb Dean. But like, Dan actually waved it off.
Who would you say the best referee is at the moment?
The best referee?
Probably Goddard.
I don't like Mark Goddard.
What do you like about it? He seems to make good
He
decisions.
stopped the Izzy fight so early.
Was it early though?
Yeah,
we've been
but, like,
through this, man.
I know we've been through it. It wasn't a good stoppage.
Yeah.
But just like a little bit more.
Well,
obviously it's easy for a casual to say like,
a little bit more,
just a little bit, because Izzy's a champ, man. Let him fight him out. Obviously gonna like say, casual, they don't know anything about fighting. Like, let the fighter survive. But even the Kobe one too. I like
the Kobe one was worse than the Izzy one.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, I like Herb, but Herb makes a lot of bad decisions as well.
Herb's been on a bad run last couple of years.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what's going on
that
with
Dan
him.
Hardy one. It's like, stop the fight. That was.
Yeah. Who else?
But that ended up being worse for Dan than it was.
Mark Beltran's a good underrated one.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the love he deserves. I don't think I've ever seen him.
That's the guy with the beard and.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him.
I think he's the best.
Yeah, I don't think he ever makes bad decisions.
Yeah,
he's really good.
He is really good.
He posted so he's quite an intimidating looking dude.
I know, yeah.
And I think he posted a photo with his mum or something.
Yeah.
And like his mum's like this sweet little lady.
Yeah.
It's like, how
and his wife as well, like little sweetie.
Like how these people produce this scary looking man. Right, UFC 282.
But what do you think's next for Kevin Holland?
I don't know. If he's going to carry on with this attitude, probably nothing too exciting.
Yeah. Do you think he's just going to be one of those guys that just fights, fun fights and no chance of ever getting a title shot. Because he's only 30.
It's looking like that. If this is going to be his attitude.
I think like if he really, after this one, if he just really reinvents himself and says, I'm going to, fight, in a smart way, then maybe. But if not, then just give him like the old fighters just to knock out. Like, I don't know.
If that's going to be his attitude, it's not going to be a long career. Put it that way. And he's already got one foot out the door.
Yeah, true.
With his attitude. I'm not sure how excited he is about staying on.
I feel like
he's one of those guys who's got options outside the cage.
Do you know who I think Kevin Holland should fight next? He should fight Masvidal.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because Masvidal's ranked number 11 now.
Masvidal doesn't care about that.
Masvidal, I know, but like it's a fun fight. They're not like Masvidal. He could wrestle him, but for the most part, it's going to be standing. And I think it's a good fight. Or I think Michelle Pereira would be a fun fight.
That's more likely.
Michelle Pereira, and I don't want to see him fight like Neil Magny and like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Luke. I don't want to see those kind of guys. Luke could be good because Luke, he won't wrestle, but like I don't want to see Sean Brady versus fucking Kevin Holland. Fuck that. Like,
Masvidal wouldn't come back for Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Masvidal wouldn't come back for Kevin Holland, but for Kevin Holland, it would be like
it'd be huge.
It would be huge for him.
And I don't think the UFC want to reward that kind of behavior. And Holland's been a little bit outspoken about the UFC. Yeah, as they're not going to reward that kind of behavior. Yeah. They're just not. Right.
Tai Tuivasa got knocked out fucking brutally.
It just upsets me, man.
It's so weird because Tai Tuivasa was like, he knocked out Derek Lewis. Oh my God. It was in Houston or Texas, whatever, and it was amazing. And he looked like a star. And then, he loses to Gane. And then from Gane, like, it's not his fault. UFC make him like the 4th fight on a fight night.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a big drop. And, he gets knocked out in a minute. I don't like the way he started the fight when he just does that weird hug. Like, and the guy he was fighting was fucking like some Rocky IV villain.
Pavlovich has kind of been slept on.
I know, he's like number 3 now.
Because he lost to Overeem.
Yeah.
And then he
went on a silent winning streak.
Of knocking everyone out in the first round.
Pretty much.
Someone called him the White Ngannou, which is funny.
Like, the way he's built is like, it's fucking mad.
But I see that guy getting handled by people like Gane and Ngannou.
Probably, yeah, but still, it's impressive what he's done. He's still young. He's only 30 at heavyweight, And
that's young for a heavyweight.
17-1.
18-1, I think.
17-1.
Oh.
Fuck you, I got Wikipedia right here, bro.
I could have sworn it was
17-1, bro. I'll kill you.
Shit.
He knocked out Derek Lewis, knocked out Shamil Abdurakhmanov. I don't even say that right. Maurice Green. Tai Tuivasa now. 54 seconds.
He's one of those guys that...
so wait, he knocked out Derek Lewis in 55 seconds, and then he knocked out Tai in 54 seconds. So the guy was trying to beat his record.
He's like, fuck. He's like, 1 second away.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys who's probably going to be feel like a bit of a problem to the UFC.
Yeah.
Because he's good, but not very marketable.
So that takes us into UFC 282.
Yeah.
The most marketable main event of all time.
I'm looking forward to that, man.
I'm looking forward to it, but...
That's a good fight.
Is it going to sell any pay-per-views?
No. That's like a 200,000.
I mean, Paddy Pimblett might get it up a little bit, but...
Paddy is the last string of marketability that's holding that card together.
Yeah. So you got Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. Even saying the names makes me hate.
Yeah.
Like, if I worked for a UFC accounting department and they told me that was the main event, I'd be like,
you know
what are you guys doing, man?
You know what's going to be annoying for us?
What?
Because we're going to have to make clips. And every time we're going to have to fucking hashtag or tag, we're going to have to remember how to spell Ankalaev and Blachowicz.
It's not hard. It's just like the little, like Blachowicz is...
Get easier names.
The L in his name has a cross through it. So,
who do you reckon wins that?
I'm just going Ankalaev.
I'm going Ankalaev.
Yeah.
I saw the front kick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking sending people to space.
He's a vicious guy.
It is Mother Russia's turn.
His record's insane as well. 18-1. He lost to Paul Craig in 2018. He's been on a big winning streak since then. Knocked out Smith. Decisions, Santos, Ozdemir, Krylov, knocked out Kutalaba twice technically. Obviously one of them was controversial, but yeah, man, he's a savage, and it's another guy who's like, he's another guy from that kind of the Dagestan guy just taking over shit. Like
Polish Power's last fight was against Thiago Santos, right?
Polish Power's last fight, I believe it was Alexander Rakic who got a knee injury.
Oh yeah, Alexander Rakic, yeah.
He got a knee injury. Yeah. He was looking good in that fight, and then he got a knee injury. Before that, he lost to Glover.
It wasn't an overtly convincing victory.
I think Blachowicz kind of time is gone now. Like he's 39. I think he had his moment. He got the belt.
Legendary Polish Power.
I think Ankalaev is, he's the next wave of light heavyweight. He's only 30 years old. Again, young for light heavyweight. He's a savage, striking, grappling. I think like he'll probably, he'll see how easy it was for, Glover to handle Blachowicz on the ground and probably, try and do the same. But I believe he can also stand with him as well. But also, Blachowicz does have that Polish power, so you never know. Like, Blachowicz can win the fight. Let's not get it wrong. Like, I don't think the odds are that one-sided. Ankalaev is a favorite, but it's not like super one-sided.
You know what's interesting about the legendary Polish Power?
Yeah.
It's not that legendary.
It's not, but like for that time when he was just like
he was on a good run, but he's not. If you look at his record,
he's not a Ngannou level knockout artist. Like he knocked out, like the one that everyone went crazy about is when he knocked out, Reyes, and then before that he knocked out Corey, and obviously he knocked out Luke Rockhold. I think the one that when he knocked out Luke Rockhold, that's the one where like people are like fuck. But at the end of the day, it was a middleweight. He knocked out middleweight.
I could knock out Luke Rockhold these days.
And he got knocked out by Thiago Santos as well. So
yeah, that's what I was.
Do you know what's really depressing about this is just checking that is correct. Okay, I thought Alexander Gustafsson was on this card, but maybe he got pulled from it. But it's really sad that Alexander beat Blachowicz and Glover years ago and pretty much dominated them. And
that's another example of a man.
He never got the belt.
That's another example of a man who should have just walked away.
I know.
And he's just coming back, and you're tainting your legacy, and he probably needs the money or something, man.
Yeah, maybe, but it's just sad that he never got the belt.
No, I mean he was in an era where it was never going to happen.
He was meant to fight Ovin St. Preux, but it didn't happen.
Probably for the best.
Gustafsson withdrew. Yeah.
Probably for the best that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So the prediction for that fight, I'm going to Ankalaev.
I'm going
purely because he's younger. I think he's got more ways to win.
Yep, same. I'm going to Ankalaev. I think in every aspect, he's better. He's got better striking, grappling. How do you think it's going to end?
Decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I think probably decision. I think like he could finish him as well.
Yeah.
Third, fourth round. Might even knock him out.
I think
also Blachowicz has the neutralizer power option.
I think Jan has enough experience and brings octagon savviness to get himself out of it.
I mean, he was submitted by Glover though, second round.
Yeah, but Glover is Glover, and that can happen. But I do feel like he'll have enough about him to get himself through the fight.
But Ankalaev win.
And co-main, we have Paddy.
Actually, do you think it's weird that so the original fight was Yuri versus Glover?
Yeah.
And then Yuri obviously relinquished his belt because he's samurai and he's believed in not holding up the division. Do you think it's weird that they didn't do Glover versus Ankalaev? I believe Glover turned it down, but I'm not sure if he was offered.
So I think there's a lot of misreporting and misunderstanding.
Yeah.
According to Yuri, it wasn't his idea to vacate.
Oh, really?
It was the UFC's idea, and he just went with it.
Oh, apparently he wanted to vacate.
He clarified that recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it wasn't my idea, but I went with it. And the Glover thing, I don't really understand what happened there.
Yeah, I think Glover didn't want to fight. Like, he thought it'd be too soon. And I think smart move, but at the same time, you're 40, will you get another title shot?
He's older than 40.
That's 40 whatever.
43.
43, yeah. Like, will you get another title
shot? I mean, there's not exactly time to waste. Maybe he stopped trying to make weight temporarily and just wasn't willing to.
Dana said that he brought up stepping aside,
Yuri said something different recently.
Oh, wow, fair enough.
So that's what I mean. Like the true story is a little bit ambiguous as to what happened there.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't. I kind of like. I know people are shitting on this fight. I like it.
It's a good fight. It's just not like a pay-per-view main event.
No, but it was never gonna be. Even the original one wasn't like blockbuster. You know.
I know, but the first fight was like fight of the year.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't translate.
I know, but it's just like. To be honest, this is actually a better fight probably because it's like it's a new fight.
Yeah,
it's a new fresh fight.
You know,
I would have liked to see Glover versus Ankalaev though. That would have been good.
I got bored last night, right? So I started. I downloaded like UFC data.
Yeah.
To just like mess around with it and stuff. You know what the average age of the UFC champions has been? What do you reckon the average age of a UFC champion?
In how long, like
the history of the UFC? What do you reckon the average age of UFC champions is?
32?
29.
29, okay.
For both men and women.
Okay.
Which I'm surprised by.
What do you think it would be?
Over 30. It's always felt over 30.
I thought it'd be 32, like 31, but I'm not surprised by 29.
I was very surprised.
Because I feel like you've had enough young champions like Max Holloway, John Jones.
To balance it out.
Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, to balance it out.
Yeah, TJ Wood.
I felt surprised by that. Another fun, this is, again, boring. Men have won more fights. Men, on average, win more fights than women in the UFC. Which is interesting.
I think it's because the women's divisions are pretty close. Like, you have the top few, which, beat everyone. But then when you're looking at like 7 versus 6, 8 versus 9, they're all beating each other.
Yeah.
Like, what's her name?
Like Rose's record is like 12-5 or something.
I know, yeah. But like a girl like Angela Hill, she'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And she's good. She always loses split decisions. But it's just so close around that like 15-7 mark.
Yeah.
That when you get to like the top 5, then it gets like, more dominant. Like they're better at like just like taking people out.
Yeah, I think also there's more depth in the men's division, so there's more cattle.
Yeah, there's more like journeymen, you would say, in the women's
to feed off.
Yeah, pretty.
So what was the kind of main event? It was Paddy.
It's Paddy the Baddy Pimlet versus Jared Gordon. So Paddy is 27 years old. He's 19-3. His last win was versus Jordan Leavitt. His last 2 wins were actually submission rear naked chokes. I believe in all 3 fights. Do you remember like he got hurt and then he ended up winning? Is that correct? I'm pretty sure. He looked hurt and then he comes back and wins.
I think he's faced adversity.
Yeah.
Hurt in the first one. The last one, I want to say, was hurt per se.
Yeah.
Had some adversity. But that's good. That's good for a young fighter.
And then Jared Gordon is 34, pretty much journeyman. 19-5, not a bad record. His last win was Leonardo Santos decision. And his fight before that was a loss where he got submitted by rear naked choke to Grant Dawson. So, yeah. Like, Paddy should win this. I don't see why not.
I think Paddy's probably got more experience.
I mean...
The crowd's going to be for him.
I mean, this guy's older and he's got more fights, but...
Yeah, but Paddy's fought at a high level.
Yeah, I guess.
He's a Cage Warriors champion.
I mean,
this
guy got knocked out by Charles Oliveira, though.
That's not... but I could get knocked out by Charles Oliveira, too.
But this guy fought the best fighter out of all their records. Out of all their records, he fought the best dude. Obviously, he got knocked out, but still.
Paddy's a 2-time world champion, and I know in another division, but that has credence to it.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
and
he's got more like championship experience here.
And he's also used to fighting in bigger cards at higher levels.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy's relatively unknown to the rest of the world. The pressure's on. When these guys like Paddy, right, they fight these guys, they are, before they even get in the ring with people like Paddy, they're on the back foot because they are brought as an opponent and they're treated like an opponent, which psychologically has an impact on how you perform. Paddy's there, the crowd's going crazy, you come out, you're getting booed for no reason, even though these people know nothing about you. That all plays an impact.
Yeah.
Like at the moment,
they're
right?
brought in as like, this is a formality.
Yeah.
You're going to lose this shit.
Yeah. at the moment, right, Paddy's on tour.
Yeah. Paddy's on the rear naked choke tour.
Yeah, he's on a tour. He's being showcased, and they're going to step him up very closely because they don't want to lose a golden goose.
Yep.
Because he has the potential of being an international superstar.
So what's your prediction?
Paddy's going to win.
How?
He'll probably get a decision or he'll stop him.
I'm going to go with rear naked choke. Just
Yeah,
'cause it's
with a
the
submission.
popular thing to say.
And
He's just done it so many times now, so you can't doubt him.
people cuss Paddy's level of opponents, but he's stopping all of them. He's doing what he's supposed to do in those fights.
We did this last week, but let's do it again because it's Paddy. So Paddy, if he wins, who do you think he'll get next, and how do you think he'll rank up against the rest of the division? So first of all, who do you think he'll get next?
They'll probably give him a top 15 guy.
Top 15.
Let's get the division up. Let's have a look.
Okay, so I'll just go through. Shall I go through the whole top 15 or just the top 10? And say yes or no if he'll beat them.
Do the whole top 15.
Okay, so just yes or no, yeah?
Yeah, so Paddy versus the top 15 of UFC divisions. Which division?
So
Lightweight.
Paddy, how Paddy will do against the top 15 at 155. So
Okay.
Tony Ferguson,
He beats him.
Conor McGregor,
Loses.
Renato Moicano,
Beats him.
Damir Ismagulov.
I don't know who that is.
He casual. Dan Hooker,
Beats him.
Jalen Turner,
Beats him.
Arman Sakarian,
Beats him.
Gamrot,
Beats him.
RDA,
Beats him.
Fiziev,
Oh.
Chandler,
Beats him.
Dariush,
Loses.
Gaethje,
Beats him.
Poirier,
Loses.
Charles,
Loses.
Islam.
Loses.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you for your time.
Some of those were...
The Fiziev one is a
some
bit
of those, I was questioning a lot of those. I don't even think he beats RDA.
You don't think he beats RDA?
Nah, I don't think
I think he beats RDA. Now. Maybe not RDA 7 years ago, but RDA now is collecting his pension.
But do you think he would beat Islam? I think last week you said he would beat Islam. Do you think he would beat Islam? Do you think
I
Paddy
hope he beats Islam.
You think?
I don't think he beats Islam.
Okay.
At the moment, maybe one day.
How many years do you think it will take?
5, 7, 10.
To beat Islam Makhachev?
If Islam Makhachev gets in a terrible car accident, he'll definitely beat him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even think
God
Paddy
forbid.
will beat guys like Sukari and Dariush and Gamrot
Really?
or Fiziev even.
Listen, bro. He's British, yeah? Do you want him on this podcast or not?
I love Paddy. It's a nice dude, Liverpool. We do Hot Water Comedy Club. Shout out. But I don't see him being those guys. And
You piece
even
of shit.
Jalen Turner is like 6'1". I don't even see him being that guy, number 10.
Well, we get Paddy on this podcast now, do we?
We will get him on. He will explain his side and beat the shit out of us. That's fine.
He'll beat the shit out of you. He'll love me.
Yeah.
I'm backing him.
Yeah.
I'm backing
him too, but I just need
You're
to see.
not. You're not saying he beats... You could say he can't beat fucking Sakarian or however you
Do you think
pronounce
he'll beat
his name.
Sukarian?
Yes.
Yes,
I think
so,
he does.
bro.
And he beats Gamrot.
I
I don't know why you lick off those two so much.
Bro, those guys
I don't know
are
what
fucking
you
savages, man.
What's so great about them? What would
They
they do?
can
Okay.
strike, they
what
can
would they do?
grapple.
What would they do to Paddy? What will Paddy not be able to deal with?
I think striking-wise, he will look average versus Sukarian for sure.
They're average strikers themselves.
I think Sukarian's a good striker.
Bro.
I don't think he's
Bro,
average.
Gamrot.
Yeah,
right?
but Paddy's good at making those like run-of-the-mill guys look, shit. But when he's gonna fight a competent 155er like Sukari and Gamrot, I don't think he can keep up the pace of 5 rounds or 3 rounds versus those guys.
I
don't wait. He could.
There's no
I'm
evidence
just
to
saying.
suggest he can't.
There's no evidence. But I'm just saying right now, if this guy today was fighting Sakarian like on Saturday, I don't think he would win. But in like a year's time, yeah, he'll probably take out most of the top 15. But right now, after this fight,
Okay, here's why I take exception to that, right? You say that like people like Gamrot and Tosaki and however you pronounce his name are more experienced fighters than Paddy.
Yeah.
They're not. They've been in the UFC a bit longer.
yeah, but they've lived harder lives.
What's that got to do with anything?
They lived in the mountains. they lived in harder lives, bro.
How'd that go with Benil?
Benil won. Yeah, but Benil was
The
from
Muslim
Iran.
hater, that was so funny.
Benil lived a hard life too. Iran. wrestling.
Benil
Look,
is a funny guy, man.
yeah, I want. So who would you like to see Paddy next out of all the names I mentioned? I would love to see him against Tony Ferguson because
Sasakian, however pronounced. How do you pronounce that guy's name? Sakarian. That's a good fight.
you want to see that.
I'd see that. I'd see that to prove you wrong.
I would rather see him get a big marquee name first,
Yeah.
like Tony, Dan Hooker, RDA. Like I don't know if you'll be RDA, but like I would like to see him get a big name.
RDA, yes. I don't want to see Tony Ferguson get used as
Yeah,
an acid
Okay,
test
fair enough.
anymore because
Yeah.
it's just sad to watch.
yeah.
Dan Hooker's fun, but if we want to put him in like a real interesting fight, Sakarian, however you pronounce his name.
Sukarian,
Paddy Pimlet's next
Moicano.
victim, that's his name.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Nah.
This is the Paddy Pimlet podcast.
Sukarian.
Paddy, we want you on this podcast.
Sakarian
Don't
is
listen to this prick.
Oh man, Sukarian's a savage man. Yeah.
Apologize to Paddy.
Sorry, Sukarian, for this guy's bullshit.
You disgust me. You always back the Muslims.
I don't even know if he's Muslim.
He sounds Muslim. He's probably not.
So your final prediction? Oh, we already did the prediction. But
Paddy by execution.
anyway, you mentioned RDA. RDA fought on the weekend. You fucking dickhead.
I'm just gonna. I want these. They're gonna have 6 in them. There we go. Stop it, you two.
Anyway, RDA fought on the weekend,
Yes.
and you know he looked good. Got the neck crank, and then he called out Conor McGregor.
That's fun.
You'd like to see that?
Yeah, why not? Makes sense. The story has a backstory.
Not really. I think he forced it. I mean,
has-
there's a little bit of backstory, but
Mc-
now it's been like 7 years. It's when they were both champs and top guys.
Yeah, but McGregor needs a comeback fight.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a good comeback fight for him.
Well, you think it's hard?
Yeah.
They're all
RDA
hard for him these days, though.
No, but I think like someone like Chandler's not gonna grapple with him.
Chandler would grapple with him.
Yeah, but I don't think he would. I think Chandler's got that. Chandler's got that thing in him where he's like
That Kevin
let's
Holland
bang,
energy.
bro.
Yeah.
Let's bang in it. But yeah, I think RDA versus McGregor is quite a nightmare. RDA's, you know, he's got very, very good grappling.
So hang on a minute. So RDA versus McGregor back in the day, who would you have picked?
I would have picked McGregor.
But now you're saying RDA.
Yeah. Because back then,
what does McGregor have left?
yeah, it's back then McGregor was, you know, fearless. He would knock guys out before they even got to the ring. And now it's like, I think he would be too fear, like he would fear the takedowns too much. He'll probably have PTSD from fighting Khabib and whatever. And he's just not gonna look the same. He's all bulky now. He's coming off injuries. I just don't think it's gonna go well. He's not been in fighting shape. RDA's been active. He's been fighting the top guys. He's been like, he's never taken a break. Like, obviously he lost, but he fought like Usman, Kobe, Damian, like, sorry, he didn't fight Damian Maia, but he fought like Usman, Kobe, I believe Chiesa. Like, he fought all these top savages while McGregor was on a yacht somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's going to be a tough fight for McGregor at the moment for all the reasons you listed. So it's got to be someone.
Yeah, I feel like McGregor's next fight, it just should be Chandler. I just think.
That'd be a fun fight.
We'll just do Tony Ferguson.
Do you know what? I'd rather see Chandler than, for the entertainment value, I'd rather see Chandler versus McGregor than RDA.
Yeah. Because RDA is going to grapple with him. I know Chandler can grapple with him, but I just don't think he will.
I wouldn't be shocked if they picked RDA to fight him, though.
Yeah.
Because I think the UFC would want to see him get a win, and I feel like they'd be more confident.
But do you think UFC will rather give a young buck do you think they would rather see him lose to a young guy and get the young guy's name up while they just say
They're not thinking about that.
You don't think?
They're not thinking about that. They want their golden goose back.
Yeah, but and do you think
The perfect scenario for the UFC is McGregor gets a win
yeah
at whatever level that might be,
yeah
and then they somehow justify him getting a title. Right? That's the. And they're gonna be like, there's gonna be Dana in the press conference. They were like, so McGregor's won 2 fights in the last 6 years.
isn't he awesome? That's
No,
awesome.
this is hang on, no. This is the guy asking him the question. So Dana, McGregor's won 2 fights since 2016. Yeah, he's jumped the queue even though he hasn't been ranked in lightweight in the top 10 for at least the last 2 years. But now he's fighting Islam Makhachev. How'd you justify that? Dude, you know what Conor told me? He wants Islam Makhachev and Khabib in the same night in Dagestan. How awesome is Conor McGregor? This is a guy who fought Jose. He was willing to fight Jose Aldo with one fucking leg.
Yeah.
That was a terrible Dana White impression.
Yeah.
That wasn't one of my best. I apologize.
Awesome.
Isn't he fucking awesome?
But yeah, like, do you think if Conor wins his next fight, if it's Chandler or RDA, do you think they'll just give him the title shot versus Islam?
Sorry, something just occurred to me. I want someone to believe in me like Dana White believed in Conor McGregor.
Oh, okay.
Imagine having someone who believes in you that much.
This guy's going to do big things. Gonna put him everywhere. He's going to headline MSG. Like,
Is Altaf our Dana White?
Yeah.
He is, isn't it?
There's too many inside jokes now.
Big up Altaf. You'll see him on this podcast very soon.
So do you think if McGregor beats... So do you think if McGregor wins his next fight, if it's RDA or Chandler or whoever it is, do you think Dana White will just give him a title shot?
They will do everything in their power to give him a title shot.
Okay, so what does Islam versus Conor look like though? Could you imagine...
Severe domination.
Okay, I don't even mean that. I mean like build-up wise, because Khabib's going to be in that corner. It's like Khabib
It's
versus
going to be a
Conor again.
mess.
It's going to be a mess.
There's going to be racism. There's going to be racism.
I don't really want to see it, man. I've kind of gone past that. Like, I got over it. It took like 4 years to get over.
Knowing Conor McGregor, he's going to walk into the press conference playing the Islamic call to prayer or something, right? And then just start saying, like, calling Khabib a backwards cunt. He's going to be checking. He's going to probably try and pour whiskey over Islam Makhachev's head. He's going to call someone a towel again who's wearing a hijab. It's going to be a mess, right?
I don't want to see it, man. It's dark now. It's dark for the UFC.
It's proper dark.
It's not fun. It's going to sell shitloads of pay-per-views, but it's not fun.
The Khabib-Conor McGregor press conference felt ugly.
It was dirty, man.
It was proper ugly.
It was one of the worst, like, it wasn't a good look for...
No.
I mean, it was a good look for Khabib. Khabib was, he handled himself very well.
It turned Khabib into a superstar.
Bro, like...
Khabib turned into a superstar because he was given the ability to defend a whole religion.
Yeah.
How many Muslims are there on the planet? A few billion?
Yeah.
He defended a few billion people that night, right? By choking out McGregor.
Yeah.
That's how you make a superstar, baby.
And like when they were in the kind of press conference thing, he was so humble. He handled everything well. He would laugh things off. Like, he became a superstar, man.
When McGregor got in his face and goes, "I see fear in your eyes." It's like, what are you seeing? There is no fear in his eyes. He wrestles better. This is a very simple rule for life, right? You do not fight. Actually, which camera? I'm going to look at this camera, right, to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a public service announcement. Do not try and fight someone who willingly fights bears. You're not going to win. It's not going to go well for you. Be an adult about it and walk the other way. Yeah. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're not going to scare a guy like that. Yeah. The whole thing was bizarre because, do you know what? I think that kind of mentally broke McGregor.
Yeah.
Because it was for the first time he wasn't able to mentally break someone before a fight.
He didn't break Nate Diaz.
That's true. He didn't break Nate Diaz. That's a good point. But I feel like he felt like he really got under Nate Diaz's skin. Because he did get under Nate Diaz's skin.
I don't think so.
I think he did.
The
whole bottle throw in.
That's just Nate though. Nate will just slap anyone for looking at him the wrong way.
I don't know.
He slapped that TMZ dude for no reason. Nate just slaps dudes. He said he slapped Khabib as well. So I think that's just Nate.
Yeah, maybe.
But it was like. I think what it was this was after Conor got the 100 mil.
Yeah.
He had the whiskey. He came in like he was the UFC, like he was the superstar. And I don't think he liked that Khabib was just like, I don't give a shit about anything you have. I want to take it all from you. And then that's probably what broke McGregor. And then also, he just couldn't do anything to him in the cage. Like, it's sad. I was a big McGregor fan, but it's just like, it's reality, innit? He got manhandled. He got knocked down, choked out. And I don't want to see Islam versus Conor because it's going to be another. I mean, like, a lot of people want to see it. Like, there's like all the Khabib fans, all the Islam fans, probably a lot of anyone like that doesn't like McGregor wants to see it because they know he's gonna get fucking
I don't think
smashed.
anyone with a straight face could pick McGregor to win that fight now.
No, it's just like there's not even the thing of like, oh, he might land in the 30 seconds. There's nothing. There's not even 1 second.
Yeah.
There's no 1 second
no
miracle. There's nothing. It's just gonna be like,
Domination.
how long is it gonna take for Islam to? How long is Islam gonna play with him for? That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Is he gonna entertain the striking for a little bit? Is he just gonna take him down straight away and just choke him out, or is he just gonna just smash him for 5 rounds?
Arm triangle. Job done.
Something like that. Yeah.
Meanwhile, McGregor is calling out Poirier again while Poirier is in hospital with a severe staph infection.
That's when you do it. That's when you call guys out.
Yeah. You know what he wrote today on thing? He wrote, Poirier's got gonorrhea, spread the word. What a primary school
The
tactic.
funniest thing is he wrote something out to Nate because Nate got involved and he's like, all you get knocked out.
Yeah.
He wrote something out in complete gibberish,
Yeah.
and then the next tweet was translation, and then he did it in proper English. It's because on Twitter there's an account like Conor McGregor's translator or Khabib's translator, and he beat them to it. Thing is, he's still hilarious. Like, that's fucking funny. So he wrote out complete gibberish, and then the next one is like, it's good English, basically.
How often do you reckon he's drunk when he writes these?
I think he's always drunk.
He's always drunk.
Like, he
yeah.
owns a pub. He owns a whiskey. That shit's just free. He's just smashing it all the time.
You can see in his face that he drinks a lot.
Yes,
He's
he's
got
got
that-
sunken face. Like, he's always puffy looking. It's just.
For 5,000 patrons, I'll fight Conor McGregor.
Did McGregor fight a guy in a wheelchair for charity? I mean, it's a nice thing, but
Did he?
oh, he wanted to. I forgot what.
No, McGregor he'd head kick him. Get up! Get out of your chair, you backwards cunt.
Going backwards in a wheelchair. Yeah, McGregor's a tough one, man. What else we got on that card?
Oh, you know what I'm looking forward to on that card?
Okay.
Bryce Mitchell versus Elia Topuria, however you say his name. That's a fun fight. I can't pick him. That's hard. That's hard to pick.
I'm going with. I want to go with Bryce Mitchell because he's like that Theo Vaughn, like
He's a more marketable.
Arkansas. I eat rabbits and shit. Like I like that, and he's 15-0. He's like he's a prodigy. He's a grappling prodigy, but Ilia Topuria is a savage, man.
I think.
His striking's just clean, man.
But Ilya's also got good grappling. But I think Ilya just has the better striking, and Bryce has just the better grappling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a close one.
Do you think?
I wish that was 5 rounds.
Did you see like the way Ilya knocked out Ryan Hall? Like,
Yeah.
Ryan Hall was entertaining that ground shit, like, come to me.
Yeah.
And Ilya's just like, bang. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck them.
We ain't gonna do that bullshit today. And Ilya's only 25. How old is Bryce? I know Ilya's only 25.
It's a sick fucking prospect fight, man. It's like one of the best prospect fights.
This
28 Bryce Mitchell and 25 Topuria.
feels like one of those Leon Edwards Kamaru Usman moments.
Yeah, it's like in 5 years' time they're both
We'll
gonna
see him again.
be
Yeah.
champ. Yeah,
This is exciting.
This is the best fight on the card.
Yeah, that's.
This is the best fight on the card by much.
You know what we should do going forward. We should have this like a section where we pick our sleeper fight of the card.
Yeah,
That's.
I don't think it's a sleeper fight, but I think it's like, it's opening the main card. Everyone knows it's going to be exciting, but no one realizes that this is better than the main event. This is better than Paddy Pimlet. This is better than all of them.
So a sleeper fight. You literally said, I don't know if it's a sleeper fight, and then you described the sleeper
It's not
fight.
a sleeper. Sleeper fight is like no one's talking about it, though.
No one is talking about it.
I feel like people are talking about it.
I have not seen anyone talk about it until we've just spoken about it.
I've seen a lot about it on Twitter. Like, even when it was announced, people were hyped about it, but I don't know.
I want my camo short.
Bryce Mitchell is, he's got potential to be a star as well. Like, he's got that kind of. He could be like the UFC's Theo Vaughn.
Yep.
Like,
That they should like do something together. Those
they've
two.
probably done. I think they've done the podcast together. Yeah.
Really, yeah, that makes
Rabbit Sip.
that makes complete
Yeah.
sense.
I think that's like a match made in heaven. And Theo Vaughn's a big UFC fan.
Yeah. So who you picking? I don't know. Don't even ask me. If I pick, I'd be guessing. I have no reason to believe one beats the other. That's how.
Yeah,
close it
I
is.
feel like that too, but I'm just gonna go with Topuria.
Really.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like he's gonna knock him out.
Really.
Yeah, I feel like his striking's too clean, or he'll beat him in a decision kind of way. Like he'll just like outstrike him, I think the grappling will probably cancel each other out, and then I think Topuria will land.
I was watching some Topuria
Some
highlights.
body shots, clean body shots.
I was sitting in a Starbucks with Lucas, watching some UFC highlights while he was getting a latte. What were you getting, Lucas?
I was getting an oat milk. No, eggnog latte.
He was getting an egg milk latte. Egg milk?
Eggnog.
Eggnog. That
Oh,
sounds-
Christmassy.
Yeah, tis
Oh,
the season.
festive.
Tis the season to be jolly, la la la. So anyway, and I was watching some Topuria highlights, and there was this combination if we were against some random guy, right?
With
was
Jack
like-
Herbert.
Maybe 2 body shots, and
Yeah.
then went up to
Yeah,
the
body
head.
shots are lethal, man.
Fucking hell, bro, that guy's
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's so clean. It's so clean, and he's a savage. Did you see him like beefing Paddy Pimlet?
What's his? So he's from Georgia, and
He's Georgian, but he's born in Germany.
those guys are built different.
Yeah, the Georgian MMA scene is going up, man.
Yeah, there's some good
Got
guys.
some good guys. Yeah.
They've got some good guys. All those regions have good guys.
They
It's in their nature.
I don't even want to talk about this guy, but like Edmund Shabazian,
Has it been released?
no, he's fighting on this card.
There's got to be last chance saloon for him, surely.
It's got to be one of the like biggest disappointments. I mean, there's been worse, like Cody Garbrandt, whatever, like disappointment.
Yeah, but
This-
Cody Garbrandt won a belt. Do you know what I mean?
I
That's
know.
different.
Yeah, fair enough. But this guy's like, bro, he when he came in, he knocked out Brad Tavares in one round. No one really did that to Brad Tavares. 11-0. Ronda Rousey saying he's the next big thing. His coach Edmund, obviously, he's like, this is going to be my resurrection into the sport. I'm going to be back. And then he gets like, why would you give him Derek Brunson at like 21, 22 years of age? And then they give him another grappler. They gave him Jack Hermanson, and then they give him Imavov, who knocked him out with elbows. And it's just like, I don't know, man. He's 3 losses in a row. He's fighting. He's an underdog. He's fighting. Well, to be fair, he's fighting a guy who's also lost 3 in a row. So I hope he wins. But
This is like a who's going to stay in the UFC kind of fight.
it
then.
is, yeah.
This is
Loser
like
leaves town.
that would be a fun fight then because they're both
Yeah.
fighting for their careers. Here.
There's another good fight on the card. Joaquin Buckley versus Chris Curtis.
That's a good fight.
It's a good fight. And then Darren Till versus Dricus Du Plessis.
Woo, Mr. Till,
Darren Till.
Mr. Darren Till.
I can't believe in Darren Till anymore. I just can't.
What are you
I can't
doing,
believe
bruv?
in him anymore, man.
What are you doing? These are guys we want on the podcast.
I can't believe in him anymore.
Oh,
I just can't believe in Darren Till anymore.
Oh, my
man.
God.
I can't. It's not that. I believe in him. I want him to win, but I can't put my heart on it anymore because I've seen him lose too much and it hurts. And it's like,
you sound like a girlfriend who's been
I
cheated
am.
on too many times.
Darren Till's cheated on me so many times by
Yeah,
losing.
yeah.
He lost to Derek Brunson. He was meant to beat. I was there when he got knocked out by Masvidal. He was meant to win that. That was his crowd. It was all for him. And you get knocked out like And then you've got to sit there in silence like a dickhead.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
I've seen you bomb hundreds of times. But do I let go of you? No. No. I still believe in you.
Fair enough.
Dirty bastard.
I've only bombed like 5 times my whole life.
No.
was only on the
50,
train.
50. For hum bombs all the time.
Only on trains.
Yeah. But no, I think Darren Till's going to win because he's British and I like him. And someone wrote on Twitter, how funny would it be if Darren Till just comes out and just goes for a double leg, takes him down and just smashes him. Hamza
Bro, I'd
style.
love that. If Darren Till has been secretly training like with Hamza and like absorbing all the wrestling skills and just goes for it like a savage,
Yeah.
that would be the greatest thing of all time. But again, I can't believe in him. I think obviously I'm not one to talk. I'm not in shape. But Darren Till,
No.
I'm not in shape, but
No.
Darren Till,
You're looking great, man.
okay, thanks, man. But Darren Till is fighting a guy who looks like he eats steroids for breakfast. That Dricus guy is like fucking shredded. Darren Till's looking a bit soft. Like, I don't know, man.
Do you know what, right? At this stage, if you're a UFC fighter and you're not on steroids, you're a bit of an idiot, in my opinion. You might
Darren
just
Till's
jump
not on
it.
steroids, so he's clearly not.
You might as well just jump on it at this point. Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, I think
You're holding yourself back by not doing steroids.
So what's your prediction, Darren Till, Dricus Du Plessis?
That's why Lucas is so confident. He's on steroids.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
What's your prediction?
I'm going Darren Till because I back my own.
Okay.
This is England.
I'm going Dricus because he
Get
just
rid of the
looks like a
immigrants.
savage and he's been on it, and I think I don't really know what Darren Till's going to do to him. He's just not looking good at the moment.
Do you have a passport?
Yeah.
I'm revoking it after
British
this.
passport.
You fucking.
Yeah, but
traitor.
Liverpool don't count.
Oh my God.
What?
What are you doing?
What would Darren Till say to me?
Listen, mate. I don't care. I don't care about your opinion. You're nobody to me. You're nobody.
Yeah.
I'm knocking Spark out. And then what are you going to say?
It didn't happen, man. I'm going Dricus, man. Sorry.
Fuck Trickus. I don't like his name.
Good looking dude. No
I
homo.
bet he's ugly.
Nah, he's good looking,
I
man.
bet he's buzz.
Nah,
Darren Till's better looking.
Dricus.
Darren Till's sexy. Right, while you're looking for that.
You're telling me that guy's not sexy?
Oh, he's butters, man.
He's fucking sexy as fuck.
He looks like he looks like one of those there we go. He looks like one of those girls. He looks like one of those guys that takes girls on dates, asks them about their goals, and doesn't listen just so he can tell the girl about all of his goals.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Um,
If I was a female UFC fighter, right, and you were a male UFC fighter, and you wanted to move to me, what would you say?
That's a mighty fine triangle. Can I put you? Can you put me in one?
Yeah.
Something like that. Or
Yeah.
I'll put you in one.
I'd love to do some jiu-jitsu with you,
We'll do
baby.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can choke me. Can I choke you out? Yeah. That's
So
good,
what else? So we got Kanye
Kanye.
calling out Ari Emanuel, who owns the UFC. It's a stretch. He he owns the UFC. He's a part owner of the UFC, whatever. But anything you want to say about Kanye?
Kanye's had a hard couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a strong opinion on this, right? Let me emotionally prepare myself to say this.
Kanye versus the UFC.
I want to word it. I'm going to word it bluntly, and this is genuinely how I feel. I'm going to start off by saying this. Do I tolerate anti-Semitism? No. Do I tolerate racism in any kind, unless on a comedy stage and it's kind of funny? No. Right? However, for all the people out there who claim that they care about mental health, let's get one thing straight. All of these pricks who spend their days talking about how important mental health is, you need to get what you're saying together, because what you're really saying is you care about emotional disorders like depression. People do not care or understand disorders like that are psychotic based, like schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, stuff like, not Alzheimer's, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Clearly,
You do not give a monkeys about people who have those conditions, right? Because you make no consolidations for their erratic behavior. Spend some time with someone with bipolar disorder,
Yeah.
if you haven't, who really has bipolar disorder. They say wild shit. And it's because they don't sleep. They don't have any control over their impulses anymore. They believe things are happening that are not, and they can't help it.
Yeah.
It's a disease and it ruins people's lives. And Kanye's clearly going through it and he's not on medication. And I don't see people making enough consolidations for his behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And like, gotta imagine what he's gone through. Like, divorce, a white dude with a huge dick's fucking his car.
That would do it.
That would do it.
That would do it. That would do it.
And
And
she's
then he's buying your daughter like sweets and shit.
So it's a tough one. And yeah, man, like, what he said's fucked up, but end of the day, he's still got like one of the best albums of all time. So Twisted Dark Fantasy, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy is one of the greatest.
I know you're going to want to clip this, so I'm going to give you a summary of what I said,
Okay.
right? If you want to talk about mental health, keep that same energy for all diseases and disorders. Mental health extends further than just the standard depression that people describe in their everyday conversations. Bipolar disorder is real. It ruins people's lives. And trust me, if you spend time with people who have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or these kind of psychotic disorders, you will fully understand that people with those disorders do things and say things that they can't help.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to be big on mental health, show some respect for all problems surrounding mental health and not just the ones that you think are trendy to talk about and easy to talk about on your timeline. I know that sounds blunt, but that's just how I feel about it. Suck your mums.
Yeah. Do you think?
And also, anti-Semitism is bad. I'm not justifying anything here. It's terrible. It's naughty. Farhan does it all the time, and I tell him off. I say Farhan says stuff, right? Farhan says stuff like, I don't think he's like personally. Remember the other day you said you don't do shows if there's Jewish people on the lineup.
I mean, I'm doing a Jewish show on December 24th at Camden Comedy Club.
There
so
you go.
get tickets.
He's reformed.
No, I'm getting.
He's reformed.
No, I'm doing.
Lucas, do you like Jewish people?
Big fan.
He's big fan.
Yeah, I like. I love Jewish people.
Raise your hand if you love Jewish people. They're fucking good at comedy.
Yeah.
You got to get good at comedy.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Jewish comedian of all time?
Louis.
Yeah, but he doesn't like own it as much.
But he's still the best.
He doesn't, and he's Mexican as well. He's a bit of a mad thing.
I mean, you got Seinfeld. You got
Yeah.
You got like obviously comedy actors.
Sandler's my favorite.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Sandler's my favorite. I love that guy.
I love Curb. I fucking love Curb.
Yeah.
Curb is fucking hilarious.
Is that because you want to be signed by Off the Curb?
No.
Okay.
It's Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh. Okay.
Larry
just checking.
David. I meant Larry David, not Curb.
Yeah. That's what. Okay. Good. Right. I think we need to wrap this up.
Probably, yeah.
Who do you want to make love to?
Kanye.
Kanye.
I'll tell him everything will be all right.
All right. You make love to Kanye. I'll make love to Kim Kardashian, and then we'll compare notes.
Okay.
Don't shop at Balenciaga. While you're at it.
Don't buy Yeezys.
Don't shop at Balenciaga. Don't buy Yeezys. Respect your mum. Slide tackle your dad. Oh, by the way, right? Never let your dad tell you he's your mate.
Okay.
Ever. Do you know why?
Why?
Because true friends don't sleep with your mum.
That's a good one.
Subscribe. We're going to have a Patreon eventually.
Smash that bell end.
Me and Lucas will have a fight after how many? Five?
5 Patrons.
5 Patreons. But I don't know if you guys ever seen the film Bruno, right? Where they start off in a cage, but they end up having sex in the cage. That's what's going to happen in my fight. We're going to be grappling, and then eyes are going to catch, and then we're going to make love.
Or was that Borat?
It was Bruno. And then they brought the dildo machine into the ring.
Oh yeah.
What's the one in Borat where
when he
they have a
fights
naked
his,
fight, yeah.
They fight naked.
in the
yeah.
hotel.
Yeah, because he was wanking off to his photo of Pamela Anderson.
We've all been there.
You know, when I was a kid, I watched that very young. I didn't know what was happening in that scene, but I knew it was funny.
Yeah.
It's only when I got older I realised he was wanking off to a photo of Pamela Anderson. I think we've all had a wank to Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. You're a bit young to have a wank to Pamela Anderson, though.
Are you old enough?
After I saw the movie,
Okay.
I was like, I get it.
So did you have a wank to Pamela Anderson afterwards?
I remember specifically, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a rite of the passage. Have you ever had a wank to Kim Kardashian?
I don't wank, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. See you later.